So, hello friends, Kuyan here, and today I'm going to react something that is very weird, and I thought this was like a horror video, but well, there's still some horror aspects when it comes to like reacting to this video right now. It's a type of very interesting iceberg, so yeah, before I'm going to play this friends, hopefully you can leave a subscribe to my videos, and let's get right into it.
These are the very worst places on the web in the form of an iceberg. We'll start with the more creepy and weird, then as we move down the chart, the websites will become more obscure and disturbing.
I thought my video is like, having some corruption inside. So I was kind of confused there for a
I
second.
made this iceberg with my friend Marauder on Discord, and this honestly has some of the worst content humanity has to offer. Let's start at the tip of the iceberg. Why? .info.
That's the thing that I could have said in my mind when it comes to like, that women out there. There's also, it is familiar that Pokemon, but I kind of have some doubt whether it is AI or not.
It's quite an intriguing website. What makes it stand out is its randomness. Every time you hit refresh, something new pops up on your screen. It seems like just a collage of random images and GIFs every time, which leads to weird videos or more randomly generated content. At the bottom of the site, you can see another interesting aspect, being 3 shapes. These actually lead you to the web.
Also, friends, if you are very weirded out by, me without having a mustache, you can check my last video about an announcement that I made. Usually because I've been on a vacation and stuff, so that's why I removed my mustache, because we go to a wedding ceremony, also within my birthday too. So it was a very fascinating time. I enjoyed my time. So let's continue the video.
Website's NFTs. They're priced at 1 Ethereum, which is about 2,000 American dollars at the time of me recording this.
It is weird.
Ashley Madison is a website that's a bit notorious in the world of online dating, but for a very specific reason. It launched in 2001, and it's designed primarily to help people who are married or in committed relationships find opportunities for infidelity. In
Pretty sure there's still like apps that still exist from that until today.
In other words, it's a platform for people looking to cheat on their partners. Now, the way Ashley Madison works is a bit different from your standard dating site. It's tailored to provide a discreet way for individuals to connect with others seeking extramarital relationships. The site opens with a tagline that's pretty direct about its purpose. Life is short, have an affair. One of the unique
I really disagree on that.
features of Ashley Madison is
Kind of just like ruined an entire family, it's like just ruined the kids and just like really destroyed the prospect on their future if one of the partners always cheat. It's kind of like your whole world just destroyed itself,
This emphasis on privacy and discretion. Users have the ability to mask or blur their photos and can reveal them only to individuals they choose. However, in 2015, Ashley Madison suffered a massive data breach. Hackers managed to steal the personal information of millions of users, including names, email addresses, and other sensitive details. The event was a huge scandal because it obviously exposed the identities of many individuals who are looking to cheat on their partners. The release even included data from customers who previously paid a $19 fee to have Ashley Madison delete their data. Though post-breach, Ashley Madison has claimed to have beefed up their security measures, but the incident forever tainted the website.
Yeah.
The Homicide Monitor is a comprehensive public data.
So shout out to all the hackers out there. Posing, cheating husbands or wives.
Set focusing on murder across the globe. The website covers a wide range of countries and territories.
It's actually a very fascinating website. Interesting.
With particular focus on the Americas. It provides updated information.
It only focus on the Americas?
Including the latest available data for most countries up to the year 2022. Using the platform, you can see some striking statistics, like the fact that the Americas, home to 13% of the world's population, accounts for 34% of global homicides. Even more startling is that Latin America and the Caribbean combined, which only makes up 8% of the world's population, is responsible for 28% of homicides. It also offers deeper insights into the nature and trends of homicidal violence. For example, it highlights that almost 48,000 people were killed in Brazil in 2022, making it the highest number of homicides in the world for that year.
I wonder what is the common reason or even stuff that is the causes of this type of homicides and stuff. Kind of sad, some people just have been killed without reasons, or there may be something nefarious going on. Maybe potentially drugs, maybe, that some operations that occur here.
The site also sheds light on the use of firearms in homicides. In Latin America and the Caribbean, 71% of homicides are committed with firearms, which is significantly higher than the worldwide average of 41%. The Homicide Monitor can also show the impact of the pandemic on homicide rates. In the Americas, homicides only fell by 3% in 2020.
Interesting.
Windows93.net is an interesting website that acts as a virtual operating system.
it's kind of very fascinating because today, friends, I'm using it like Linux. Today, I'm a Linux user. I'm usually using Linux Mint. I love like Linux Mint. Been, from my 3 months using it, it's actually a very solid and amazing website, an OS from my laptop, and I'm actually not experiencing any type of problems. That's why I love about it. It's also very fast and not so laggy that what once you experience on Windows, like some apps don't even like run right, and some of them even crashes, or if there's something that crashes, the screen will get black, and especially like you stop the Explorer in the Windows, and you can't like do anything unless you restart the system again. But yes, pretty annoying.
It's set up to look and feel like an old school's Windows system, but it's got its own unique twist. Within this virtual OS,
That's why I don't like Windows type of OS, and I just prefer Linux too. Also, I do prefer Linux because it actually boots up exceptionally fast, extremely fast.
you'll find a few weird applications. For instance, there's a game that's basically Wolfenstein, and there's another feature called Virtual Girl, which is just a character that sits at the bottom of your screen. As you explore deeper, you'll come across various Easter eggs and oddities. There's a few unusual GIFs, there's Star Wars written in ASCII for some reason, and other fake virus apps that corrupt your fake computer in ways that can be a bit unexpected. The Library of Babel is a digital homage to a concept from a story by Jorge Luis Borges. The site and its companion, the Babel Image Archives, dives deep into the idea of infinity through text and images. It's basically the monkey typewriter theory in image form. If you sat a monkey down and
usually, friends, this is when you sit, the monkey from the typewriter, it will basically, I guess, eventually type an amazing poetry of Shakespeare. Eventually.
Monkey down in front of a typewriter for all of infinity. That monkey would, given enough time, type out the full works of Shakespeare, the Bible, the script of this video, literally anything and everything. The Babel Image Archives in particular plays with the concept of creating every possible image on a 640 by 416 pixel canvas using a palette of 4,096 different colors. The numbers do get quite mind-boggling quickly, as this website basically holds every image that could ever be, from extremely mundane collages of random pixels to works of fine art. You can search for images by uploading your own, which then gets matched with a similar, though slightly altered image from the archive, complete with a unique identifier number. The vast collection is part of a larger website inspired by Borges' story, where the Library of Babel contains every book that could possibly be written, filled with both the profound and nonsensical. Despite the overwhelming odds against finding anything meaningful in this sea of random pixels, I just think it's a really interesting concept, as somewhere in this archive there's
Markiplier. Yeah, interesting, like Markiplier without his, mustache and beard.
every image you could possibly ever imagine. Hotel 626 was a web...
I always wonder if you do make random pixels of colors, I wonder what is the first image that we'll ever create based on randomness. That would be crazy.
Based horror game launched in 2008. It was designed to immerse players into a spooky, interactive experience without needing a download. The game first stood out because it can only be played from 6 PM to 6 AM, adding to its eerie atmosphere. To start the game, players are asked to enter their personal details like their phone number and enable their webcam and microphone, setting the stage for a series of challenges that blended the virtual and real worlds.
That seems like a privacy dangers.
The game's graphics were impressive for its time, and it included various tasks that increased in intensity. The game starts with you and a camera, and you have to go about an extremely dark room taking photos to light up your surroundings, until you eventually stumble upon and take a photo of a girl sitting in the dark. The challenges were designed to be more engaging by breaking the fourth wall, like in one of the puzzle rooms filled with photos of people, where you have to find a specific photo. What you don't initially realize is that the photo you're trying to find was secretly taken with your webcam to be displayed within the game. One of the more unsettling features was the game's ability to call your phone in real life with instructions to escape the hotel. And keep in mind that the game can only be played from 6 to 6 PM to 6 AM, so you'd likely be called in the middle of the night. Now, strangely enough, Hotel 626 was revealed to be an advertisement for Doritos. Yes, Doritos, with no direct product placement, no references, and not really anything suggesting it had to do with Doritos. Its success led to a sequel, Asylum 626, which pushed the interactive elements further by integrating players' Facebook friends into the experience by posting on your Facebook about the game without you knowing.
What? That's so weird. That's really just privacy concerns right here. You don't want to spread your information out there. But it's also very weird that Doritos this. Pretty sure this is for their advertisement. or something.
However, this sequel faced criticism for lacking the original's creativity and for a promotion that required you purchasing a bag of Doritos to progress in the game. Despite its brief existence, Hotel 626 still stands out for how unique it was for the time. The actual advertisement campaign was intended to revive discontinued Doritos flavors, yet the game itself left a much larger impact.
That is a very fascinating though, that Doritos did have the creativity and even budget to even do that in the first place.
Goggle.com is an example of a practice known as typo squatting, which is essentially what it sounds like, squatting on the misspelling or typo of a popular website's domain name. In this case, the typo is obviously for Google.com, one of the most visited websites in the world. Typo squatting is when someone registers a domain that's just a misspelled version of a popular website, hoping to catch people who make a typo when entering the website address. When you mistakenly visit Goggle, instead of finding what you are looking for, your device will be infected by the malware-laden website, where you're spammed with error messages and random pop-ups. Thisman.org is quite a fascinating website. It's all about a mysterious figure that, believe it or not, a bunch of people around the world claim they've seen in their dreams. The story goes that there was a sketch of a guy that was supposedly drawn by someone who kept seeing them in their dreams. Once they'd posted the image to the internet, loads of other people started saying the same thing, that they'd also seen the man in their dreams.
I'm kind of like familiar because he looks like Mr. Smith, I think, from the Matrix.
The website's main goal is to connect all these people. It's like a hub for sharing their experiences and trying to figure out who this guy is and why he's popping up in so many different people's dreams in all sorts of different scenarios. Now here's what I found more intriguing. When you actually read the dream descriptions on the website, the man doesn't come off as some nightmarish figure. A lot of people describe him as a comforting presence and someone who makes them feel safe. This has obviously sparked all sorts of theories, with some people thinking that he might be some sort of divine being, while others reckon his face is just so average that it's the brain's default version of a man.
I'm pretty sure that's a very funny description there, but I'm pretty sure this is Jesus, like speaking to your dream. It makes you wonder, like, if this is Jesus, that's gonna be crazy.
Which I think is most likely. The website is interactive too. There's even a contact page where you can send in your own dream experiences. Whether this man is a product of our collective subconscious or something more, thisman.org is definitely one of those websites that makes you think about the mysterious way our brains
We kissed. But I'm pretty sure, like, this man has to, exist somehow, somewhere. So it does makes you wonder, no? Or maybe I have, like, a hypothesis of this. I'm pretty sure this is one of our ancient ancestors in the past, or maybe, like, a father figure, and because its genes, has been, replicated and reproduced through humanity, I'm pretty sure it still stick, like, how his face used to look like.
work. Last meal.
But it does makes you wonder, like, why there's no women equivalent to, like, having the dream, like, why there's no women from that aspect. Have you ever, like, have a woman face, I guess, in your dreams, That would be very, very fascinating.
Project.com is a website that focuses on the last meals of people who are executed. It's kind of straightforward. You get to see a photo of the person with their last meal choice displayed over their mugshot. But the website isn't just about what these people ate last. It's more about the broader topic of the death penalty, which shows a variety of cases, from those who might not have actually deserved the death penalty to those who are actually found innocent after their execution.
That's sad.
Staggering Beauty is a unique website where you're greeted by a simple worm-like figure that follows your mouse movements. There's a very important heads up to know about this site.
Oh yeah, you have to be wearing friends. There's intense flashes of light here.
Contains it
Because this website is pretty familiar in the past that I used to like look at. So yeah, there's like intense epileptic like lights.
extreme flashing lights that can trigger those with light-sensitive epilepsy. The site even has its own warning, so it's best to be cautious. The basic idea is simple. You move your mouse, and the figure on the screen follows along. However, when it comes to moving your mouse faster, as you increase the speed of your mouse movements, the website transforms from a calm, flowing motion to a burst of flashing lights and loud, heavy metal-like music. It's actually one of the sites that you might randomly land on if you use something like uselessweb.com.
So funny. Like
Planecrash.info.com is a comprehensive archive that lists plane crashes from all over the world. It's quite detailed, cataloging crashes with information like the number of fatalities, the location, the flight number, and the airline involved.
It's actually pretty rare, as I've heard, for airlines to, crash. So it is pretty interesting, like, to even, like, see one of these, like, crashes to begin with. I'm pretty sure smaller planes have more crashes than bigger planes. That's what I've assumed.
It's structured in a way that makes it easy to understand the various aspects of each crash. One of the more somber features of the site is a section that includes the last recorded words from flights, usually from the cockpit voice recorder. These recordings capture the final moments before the crash and can be quite heavy to listen to. The website covers unusual and rare causes of plane crashes. For example, there's an incident mentioned where on an Indian Airlines flight, a vulture crashes through the cockpit window and kills the co-pilot, causing the plane to crash.
That's actually crazy that the vulture even like had that, like have that strength or durability to even go through the window glass in the first place and kill the pilot. Crazy.
HouseCreep.com is a rather unique website that documents houses with a history of various incidents. These include confirmed homicides, involvement in drug-related activities, and even reports of paranormal activities. It's kind of like a database for houses with intriguing or troubled pasts. One of the features of the site is that it allows you to search for houses in your own area, which can give you insights into the events that might have taken place in properties near you, which you might pass.
This might be useful before I buy a house in the neighborhood.
By every day without realizing their history. Like this house in Ontario, Canada, that was the home of Corporal Marie France Como, who was murdered by the extremely infamous Colonel Russell Williams. The paranormal section of the website is particularly interesting.
Who is he? Like, I don't know who this soldier was.
House in Ontario, Canada, that was the home of Corporal Marie France Como, who was murdered by the
Como, a military flight, and her commander access her personal information. Difference, that's why you don't want to spread your personal information outside. Because, people can know and use those information against you.
Extremely infamous Colonel Russell Williams. The paranormal section of the website is particularly interesting as it contains stories of some alleged hauntings or other explained phenomena. So HouseCreep.com basically offers a unique window into the lesser known histories of properties, blending the factual with the slightly more mysterious.
Yeah. Interesting.
Lamando.com is an online horror puzzle game created by a developer known as Nahito. It's set in a haunted amusement park called Fancy Island. In the game, you play as an unnamed protagonist referred to as you or the visitor. The game cleverly masks its sinister nature with an exterior that seems cute and innocent, luring visitors in.
Oh, that changes drastically.
However, once inside, the player discovers a transformed park filled with puzzles, cryptic codes, and of course, ghosts. The gameplay is a mix of exploration and RPG-style battles. Also, solving puzzles and navigating through the maze-like park are key aspects. Battling against various enemies are crucial to progress, and obtaining codes that are essential for further advancement in the game. So Lamando.com offers a unique gaming experience, blending classic Japanese horror elements with puzzle-solving RPG battles. 1 times 60 is, well, I feel like this could apply to all the websites, but it's very unique. To access...
Oh, what? That's the end? Yeah, it's like a short video, friends. I don't know why that didn't upload a full video, but hey, I guess we watched the video. So the video, friends, is the deepest, unusual, and disturbing website Iceberg by SIRIUS. So yeah, that's the end of the video, friends. That was actually pretty cut short. I do apologize that the video was just extremely short. I guess I didn't download the full video from the video that I used to like react, So yeah. Thank you for watching, friends, and good afternoon.